Don't know what drop this was. Oh, I think this one goes pretty loud. Let me change that volume. Let's see. Here it comes. Ah, that's pretty good. Yes. So, welcome to another episode. We are in the area where we can almost make this base look slightly competent. Now, I had a few moments today where I could do some grinding, so as you can see, 2 ships have disappeared. Now, I've done this in a little bit of a crude manner. Oh, I don't want to lose all the audio. Sure, this is fine. So I've done it in a little bit of a crude manner. I've tried to make it at least a little bit, you know, ordered, but all the stuff over here hasn't been ordered yet. And I have lost, I believe, 1 battery, 1 H2O2 generator, and I lost something else. What was the other thing again? There was something else that I lost. I dropped something, I believe, here. I don't think it was that important, because so far we have a lot of all the components that we still have. I also removed 1 reactor, mostly because it was... it had no reactor components left. Oh my god. I didn't have all these stomach issues before I started talking. So as you can see, this rusted ship is now completely stripped. This ship over here is now completely gone. We have some stores that we can place in. I don't know how useful they are. I've never used them in a build. Then we have a contract terminal that I'm really interested in if we can get this to work. I'm not sure, but that might be interesting. Especially if there's some components that I can't get. And then we have a programmable block. Programmable block. Good speaking, bro. And we got at least 4 gyroscopes out of this build here. And then we have 1, 2... I believe only 2 gyroscopes from this one. So what I want to do at least is install the first few gyroscopes and see if we can at least design something around that. That's at least a plan for this one. So what I want to do first is, because I know how useful they are, and look at how many components you need for it. Oh my god. I'm gonna maybe take them out of that block over there. Wait, is that... Oh no, this was a different one. I was already busy stripping this one, but this one was already damaged. I did destroy this one. That was the thing. There was a fully repaired ion thruster, but I pivoted the ship. Instead of, you know, like dropping it down slowly in any way or picking the components one by one. I just tilted it, but I removed the one that was over here and it got squished and immediately lost all of its thruster components. That's why I stopped at this point. This one was already... this already lost all of its thruster components. I might just repair this as much as I can and install it in the ship. Just as is. Burning and everything. Okay, now it's not burning anymore. So the reason why is maybe we'll run across more thruster components in any way. And we'll be able to repair it. That way we'll at least have maybe something we can do with the upwards and downwards thrust that we have over here. Maybe what I'm going to do is install it right here on the opposite side of where the other one is. So as you can see, there is some hydrogen thrusters over here and it's installed next to it. And if I am very careful, I could install it right here, right in this slot over here. Now that will be very difficult to do, but then I can make the ship symmetrical. And I don't have that much OCD, but I am a very big stickler for symmetricality. So if I am able to, I will make something symmetrical. So I think I'm gonna try that, install that one over there, and then we have another one over here that's fully repaired. I mean fully repaired. It has all of its thruster components, which is the most important part. Where I'm gonna put that one, Yeah, I don't know yet. I might install it somewhere near the front. Like right in this middle part. That might actually be a good one, because I'm not going to use this system here with the gravity launcher. And we're just gonna perhaps even install most of these gravity components somewhere, but don't turn them on. I am unsure yet. Most likely because I'm not just gonna use this, and these welders I'm gonna remove later on as well. They're not even that high in components, so it's fine. Let's just open this up just so we can access this frontal part later on. So for this episode, what I want to do is a few things. I want to focus on placing the last few of these ion thrusters and start working on closing this bottom section. So what we have is only 2 spots left where we need to install them, which is right here. So we're gonna we do have to be very careful though that when we remove blocks around here, everything is currently connected with the connectors. Okay, and there's also some blocks here that are connected, right? Yeah, they're connected. Alright, so I can remove some blocks. So I think we're going to start with that, just so that we're working from the bottom to the top. Then I'm going to install some of those gyroscopes. Okay, I really need to... That's also one thing, hopefully I can remember to do it. I want to move the medical station from there. The refinery base refueling. We're going to move the medical station that's close to the small grid's workshop. We're going to move that over here somewhere. I'm probably going to install it first over there near the windmills, just so we can have something to work with. Then I can refuel or re-energize myself rather fast instead of this sitting in a chair for half a minute to watch my energy go up again. One other thing is also a bit of a problem. Currently, my cargo capacity is running out. And since we're still we're still busy with removing things instead of building things yet that much, we might run the issue of running out of space altogether. So I'm also really busy with thinking about where to put the large cargo containers, because we have 2 over here, 2 very shiny red ones, and we're going to install them somewhere. These are going to be used for components, ammo, and that sort of stuff. Where I'm going to put them? Yeah, that's the problem. I want to put them in a way that they're not in the way, but they're still accessible in any way. But we're going to get to that. And I also want to have the main conveyor system have like a small storage container in every single location of the ship. If I ever need components, I can just get them like that. That's at least the plan. Now let's see how much I can get done during this episode. These should be made by themselves. Let's get the components for this. There we go. So, wait, are they... Okay, there we go. What we're gonna need is we're gonna need the hauler. Okay, I put it on the charger. It's good. Sometimes I don't do that. Let's see. Do we have some ion thrusters here that are fixed? Ooh. We can snoop these 2 out of here. I can even grab them from here. That way I can already align them correctly. I'm unsure if I can move this. Yeah, that's 43,000. I will not be able to move that with the hauler. Or not with the lifter. I've tried to order this place a little bit, but as you can see, it is still quite of a mess. I will maybe do that off camera to make it a little bit workable. But those are like those things that I do off camera. Oh, I didn't put my batteries to recharge. That's the second time I've done that. Then the crane just flops down. Okay. Ooh, don't boost forward. Okay, let's straighten this out. Let's higher it up. Oh wait, no, that's not higher it up. That's the other one. There we go. We're gonna grab it right there. There we go. Then we're gonna detach. The very big detach. I'm so glad that I finally have a different different way of realizing that my microphone is on or off. Alright. I'm just very glad that I built this thing. Wait, that's only a kilometer away. Alright, let me take a little bit of a detour. Is there items in here? There is. Can I dump no, I cannot dump everything. Let me see if I can get this unknown signal. I'm still hoping for the tier 3 tools. Okay, which one is it? I think it's the flying one. Oh, it's upside down. Oh, we can finally put some better thrusters on the hauler. Let's take over the grid. Let's take over the grid. Thank you. I don't care that you have bad components. Let's turn these off. There we go. Alright, different plan. Sorry, plans need to change sometimes, especially when there's something very important happening. So we can turn the hauler into a little bit of a better hauler. So, let's turn everything on for the hauler. There we go. Detach, and let's go for that unknown signal. Then we're going to detach those 4 thrusters, and we're going to move those components away from that thing. Before the 7 minutes are up, and the big explodey happens. Okay, that was a little bit fast. Should have turned around a little bit faster. Don't boost to full speed, otherwise we're gonna fly past it again. And we're really going to install these only for sideways movement, and I already see where I'm gonna place them. Okay. Okay, that was a bit fast. My apologies. Should put it a little bit quieter. There we go. Let's detach these. We're gonna put 2 on this side. Now there's a thrust override. I should really check if those are not. This also has thrust override. Okay, I guess I got these from this the first time I got them. Is there any? There's only a small cargo container. What activated these things? Automaton sensor. Can I build that? Can I build this automaton sensor? Sensor. I can. Alright, so it's not important. Okay, let's move these to the sides. Let's hope I have the components to build a little bit of a scaffolding and place these. So I built these 2 here in the front. I can either build more of them here or I can spread them out. And I was thinking about placing them maybe right here. But then they're in the way of those hydrogen thrusters. Let me first turn off those thrusters. That way I don't accidentally break anything. I can put them on the side here. I think I'll just put them here. Just to keep track of where we are at right now. Now, are these attachable by merge blocks in any way? I think that's going to be very difficult. How many computers do I have? 7 computers, which is 1 too little to make them stuck with these things. Can I get computers from here? I don't need anything from this. Oh, I forgot to actually activate the button, but that's fine. Don't really need it. Okay, did I get a computer extra from that? Yes! Okay, let's just do it with welding pads. I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to turn these things around with merge blocks. Like, that's gonna be a hell to place. We'll just get some new components to do the rest. Alright, let's put the... Ooh. Let's put them here. Put them here. Let's hope that I have all the components to do this. And then we're just gonna install them. I do remember that these wanted to point downwards really bad. So when I'm gonna pick them up, they're probably gonna want to move around. So just have to grab them correctly and then squish. Yes. I have to grab them at the bottom. Pick them up. Turn them around. Wait till it sinks a little bit. And then smack it in there. Come on. There we go. I've never done that quickly. Alright, let's make them the correct color. Alright, pick this one up. Hold it still. Make it a little bit better. That's not much better. That's a little bit better. Come on. Come on. Come. Yes. I'm getting the hang of this. Almando Black Void, you are a lifesaver for pointing me out how to use this. This might be useful, or this might be originally planned for creative mode, but damn. Like, that is the most useful tool I've ever seen. Alright, how long is it before this thing explodes? Don't know. Let's go into the K menu. Go into atmospheric atmo thrusters. There should be... I think they're called something else. I think they're called, like... yeah, special content. Let's just call them... no. Let's just call them D-shaped atmo thruster. Let's copy that and let's call all of them that. Okay. Hello. Where's my... there we go. Don't know why that happened, but sure. Oh, I didn't name it. Okay. Oh, I didn't press enter again. There we go. Let's... okay, these are called that. I have to press enter first. Alright. Second try. Search for Atmo. Then select all these. Yeah, there they are. Then we select this to this. And if I press now all atmospheric thrusters, they turn on. Turn on the engines. And here we go. Now, let's hope it stops a little bit of drift. How far can I stop the drift? Okay, until there. I mean, that's better than before. Why are the hydrogen thrusters not on? No idea. The tank is on, right? Okay, that was weird. Sure. I was going to do... damn, here we go again. I was moving with the hauler, I was moving with the lifter, the thruster, and then I saw that. That's why I stopped. Then I went to get the hauler to install those parts. So let's park the hauler, and we'll get to that later. Oh, a little bit to the left. A little bit to the left. There we go. I am not in the correct menu. Turn these off. Turn those off. Oh. I did an oopsie almost. I fat fingered the wrong key again. Shouldn't do that. I really shouldn't do that. It's impressive because there is a whole extra button 3 in between the 2 and the 4, and I still managed to hit that. Okay, there's another unknown signal that dropped. Oh my god, I will never be able to get anything done if these dumb things... I swear, if this one also has atmospheric thrusters... I mean, it would be lovely. But come on. Oh, actually, did I have enough... running a little bit out of fuel. Okay, which one is this? It's the rolly one? Yeah. There we go. Turn it off, you dastardly demon. Silicon. Okay, sure. Let me just get all the other components. I don't really care. There we go. Don't care. Can I now finally do this without distractions? That would be lovely. And let's first also stock up on some hydrogen before I forget it. A little junkyard around the ship is turning a little bit more into loose components instead of just broken ships. We still have to get most of these components inside the ship. And while I was working on ideas on how to form this ship, I had some great ideas in my head that I'm hopefully going to be able to turn into an actual good-looking ship in the coming episodes. Hopefully this episode already a little bit as well, but man, I really need to focus up a little bit. Okay, where was my rover? Or not my rover, my hauler. And I need merge blocks, I swear. No, those are small ones. I need that big one. Where's that big? There we go. Don't know why that was so difficult. Okay. Ow. I can finally work on my next task. I didn't refuel my hydrogen. I have 1%. Okay. I'm close to the hydrogen tanks now. I should really do that first. Fuel. That's the first time I've actually been able to catch it right before it happened. I've done it a few times where I had like one full tank left and I just refilled it just to make sure that I was safe with hydrogen. But this was the first time I've actually seen it be that low and been able to catch it before I really ran out of fuel. Every other time I've just been like, oh no, I have to crawl back up to the hydrogen tank again. Alright, let's turn this around. So let's first just move it like this. Yep, this one's in the correct manner. So let's just do it a little bit forwards. And then we're going to move the entire thing up a little bit. And then we should be already a little bit in the ballpark of where we need to be. I have to move a little bit to the left, just so we can put the merge block on top. My front left wheel is hitting that part there. Okay. I think we're getting close to it. We're sort of there. Let's remove this to give myself a little bit of movements. This conveyor is going to be removed later on as well. Move this forwards. Have to move it a little bit to the right. Boop. So let's see. I'll have to move it a little bit more like this. And then we're going to move it a little bit forward. Oh, that's the wrong forward. Do it a little bit down. And then forward. Come on. Forwards. You should be pretty much there. Why are you not attaching? Are you rolled? You're a little bit rolled. Okay. It's because of myself. How close are you? I really have to check before I do anything rash. Oh my god, you're telling me that this will not be able to connect? Just attach, bro. What the hell? Alright, this block I'm gonna change for something else anyway, so let's just remove that. Okay. I just have to make the slightest movements just to not hit the ion thruster and break all the thruster components that it has. Oh, okay, that was enough, apparently. Sure, bro. Sure. Okay. Let's get the second one. Are they actually on this side? I think there's an ion thruster on this side. Yeah, there's a lot of them near that ship over there. This one. Ooh. Spicy movements. How full is this one? That's quite far. Right. Let's just in the meantime just hit this thing with a few more zappies. Especially a lot of these hard to grind blocks. Like these ones. Okay. Let's just leave it work. If we hear some booming in the distance, it's fine. Alright. Let's see if we can pick up one nice fixed. I think this one here in the front is already fixed. Let's check it out though. Let's see if it has all of its thruster components. Perfect. Alright, let's pick this thing up. Okay, let's move my grabber down. Point the thing a little bit down. And then we're gonna grab it near the front of it. There we go. Lift it up. Move it a little bit in. Make sure it's not touching the wheels. I wasn't supposed to press P. I was supposed to press F. Okay, now the question is, it was over here, right? Yes. So, it's turned on. There's something turned on at least. One of the hydrogen thrusters is on this entire time. That's damn stupid. That was a waste of hydrogen for all this time. These are just lights, right? Yeah, these are just lights. Fires, really. Lights. Natural lighting. Alright, let's try to put this one upright first to see what angle we're gonna approach this with. So, let's turn it upwards. And let's turn it around. Turn it a little bit forwards. Okay, so if we approach at this angle, we should be fairly decent with what we're doing. Oh, accidentally hit the Gatling turrets. So if we just do it like this, we should be fine. Oh, I actually damaged it? Oh, damn. I damaged it pretty bad. Oh, here it was only 4 steel plates. That's fine. Okay, let's install this. Make that. Good. Then let's see if we can maneuver this. Move it a little bit upwards. Turn it a little bit around. I think we have to move it forwards and to the left a little bit. But we can move it a little bit up and aim it a little bit forwards. Turn it around a bit. Okay. Oh, it's a little bit slanted. What about now? Oh, a little bit better. Okay. Let's try to approach this. Okay, a little bit up. A little bit forwards. Can I do this in one try? I cannot. It's probably turned a little bit. Let's see if we can turn it a little bit better. Oh, okay. 2 tries. I'm happy with 2 tries. So, with that, we installed all the ion thrusters around it that I wanted to install. At least that I was thinking about installing. I can also put one here. I could. Am I gonna is the question. It would look nice, but then I have to... No, I don't have to install one there. It would just have to be one there and one there. It would be good thrust because we don't, except for the big ones, we don't really have any ion thrusters pointed downwards. And then what we're gonna do from there is I build it like this, but I really want this to be more flush with the ship. I want to really make this work out like this, where it's gonna be very thick. So this is gonna be all covered up. This entire area here is gonna be all armor pieces. So, alright, I'm gonna think about that, if I'm gonna place more ion thrusters there. We'll get to that later. For now, let's just park this back where it needs to be. Like, I like the stormy weather. Really makes my visibility 0. Boop. Alright. Let's put it to charge. That is at least one of the things I want to do. And I'll think about, because I was working on some way of decorating this, and I came up with this. But I'm probably gonna make this a little bit more, a little bit less slanted. So it's gonna take 2 blocks to go down 1. I will think about that. And I have to make this setup on the other side as well. I still have to repair this as well. I was planning on whenever the ship is slightly finished, I'm gonna fly upwards. I'm gonna change this part as well. I'm gonna make this more protected, especially because those hydrogen tanks are right here. And I want to make sure that this is not a half light block away from blowing up. Oh, I think that was something exploding over there. We'll see that later when the mist is gone. Alright, next up. We already installed some welding pads over here, and what I want to do is at least install 6 gyroscopes. So let's see how far we can get, and hope we don't ruin anything. So let's see if we can get 6 welding pads worth of components. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, sure, those are big welding pads. All made. Or all components up. That's not a word. Wait, these can be weld blocked? It's gonna be a hassle to do that, but... I think I don't mind wasting the 2 computers per, because some of them are so busted that I'm gonna need computers for them as well. Where are the others? Here are the others. Here, like, yeah, this one misses 5 computers. We're gonna install it nonetheless, though. Oh, I can't place it because it's in the way of the other one. Let's see if we can roll it out of the way. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Yeah. There we go. That's one welding pad. That's 2 welding pads. Oh, okay. Sure. There went the wind. Don't know why. I think it's one of the mods screwing it up. Or something like that. Now, I parked the construction couple. I thought I brought 6. Okay, sure. Apparently I didn't. I'm gonna need the lifter to turn these all upside, or not upside down. They're gonna be upright. This time I didn't forget to put it off charge. Alright, let's see where they are. Then we're gonna pick them up, put them upright, and then we're gonna move them with the hauler. We still have some air vents to install later on as well. On the outside and on the inside. Any oxygen that we don't need to get with ice is oxygen that we can spend, or is ice we can spend on hydrogen. Okay, let's turn this around. Put it down. Oh, that's heavy as balls. I should move them to a better location if I can. It was heavy though, so don't know how easy this is gonna be. Okay, let's move them over here. Well, my front wheels are sticking to the ground at least. Let's just place them here. Oof. It really doesn't like it when I move gyroscopes. Anyone who works with this game and has never played survival, they really don't understand how weird it feels to move gyroscopes in this manner. They move so sporadically. They make your entire... It just... I don't even know why it bonked. I'm just grabbing a single component. And so far, none of that has ever happened. But still, it made that sound. I don't get it. Okay. Okay. And then of course I'm gonna be a stickler and I want them all facing in the same manner as well. Because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it good in one fell swoop. And we're not gonna dilly-dally around with like, oh, I don't care if I'm gonna have 10 of them installed in a line and one of them is not placed in the exact same manner as the other ones. Like, of course we're gonna do that correctly, but that's gonna take some time. I really want a well-designed ship as well as a functional ship. Okay, let's quietly grab this. It's very heavy. I don't want to get out of it. I would just want to get out of the remote control. Alright, let's see. Can I turn? Boop, boop. Okay. Oh, boy. Alright, at least it's upright. This thing needs some artificial mass. Damn. Okay. Last few. This one's still turning. Alright, let's aim it downwards a little bit. Okay. Lift it up. It will be auto-repaired when I install it on the ship, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that right now. I just hope that they survive the transport onto the ship. Okay, let's turn this around. Good. Let's place it... Oh, Place it down. Don't go too fast, you dolt. Okay. That air vent is horribly in the way. This hydrogen thruster over here as well. There's a battery over here that we can install later on, because of course we're gonna stick to the install at least one battery and one H2O2 generator per episode, because then we at least know we're gonna be done at some point. Otherwise it's gonna be one of those things that I'm gonna postpone, and then it's gonna take forever before I finally install them, and by the time I finally install them, I realized that I should have done it a long time ago. As you can hear, I've done this before, and I've been in this situation before. There's just so much to keep track of that it's sometimes difficult to realize what you need to do first. Especially with a playthrough like this. Okay. Good. I think one of these reactors still has some reactor components into it. I'm not sure what to do with them yet. Okay, let's pick it up. Ooh. Got one broken ion thruster behind me. Okay, let's turn this around. Yes. Nope. And let's try to install these. Let's first park the lifter again. As I've said before, the batteries for these lifters, after all that moving around, it's only 2% down. So the lifter is usually the most energy efficient vehicle out of all of these. Okay, so they of course have a control panel on only one side, which already probably tells you how I'm going to install these. They're going to be facing towards the inside. So when I walk through here, I want to really just be able to look at all the gyroscope access panels. Do I need them? No. Do I want to? Yes. It's just personal preference. Right. Let's work on our flights. We should have a little bit more control over this vehicle now. Okay. So the first one we're going to install, and it's facing towards the left, or to the right. So we're going to install it on the left side. It's going to be this one here in the front. We're just going to work our way through from this side. I can also maybe install a small light at the bottom to really see what I'm working with. Okay. Ugh, I hate moving gyroscopes. They always screw around with the controls of the thing you're using, even though it has no power. It still messes up your controls. Okay, I really want this one installed in the far left corner. Okay. Move the ship a little bit around. Oh, I accidentally locked the fronts. It's at least a good indication that we're really close. I'm locked to the front again. Good. That was, judging by the positions of all these welding pads, probably the hardest one to do. I'm going to put one next to it immediately, because that's probably going to be the second hardest one to do. And the rest is going to be not easy, but at least not the hardest out of all of them. Ooh. I'm really happy that I found those little D-shaped atmospheric thrusters. They keep the ship from going side to side a little bit more. And it feels a little bit more robust now when moving around. Okay. There we go. Can we keep it straight? I shouldn't. I really shouldn't fly with the mouse. It's just instant failure if I try that. Oh yeah, I haven't connected the H2O2 generator that I placed there. I think I did that when scrapping. I placed it there and I didn't connect it yet. I just had one in my hands because I had to move it when scrapping something, and then I was just like, well, I can just place it down right now. Okay. And that's it. Okay, this is so far not the worst. And we're just going to install one more on this side, and then we're going to install 3 on the other side. Then we have a battery over there that we can install. There's another unknown signal. It has 6 minutes left. Alright, alright. I didn't even notice that. Okay, how much hydrogen? Enough. Okay. Only 5 minutes left. Was there not something here that was shooting at me? I think it was over there. It's like a little thingy with like an interior turret that's just shooting at me. Don't know why, but alright. Let's see which one this is. Oh, it's the one with hydrogen. Or no, doesn't this one have a an atmospheric thruster in the bottom? No. Alright. Then we're just gonna break it up. No, nothing? Alright. No luck. No luck. Alright. More components. It's just a parachute hatch. Okay, we don't need to rest. We have enough steel plates as is. Whee! 360 no scope. It is true, I don't have a scope. Okay. Let's get back to where we were doing. Boop. Turn on the engines again. Yep. Let's continue. This one's slightly damaged. Every time when I grab an item with the hauler, I just expect him to explode, like that large industrial cargo container that I exploded a few episodes ago. Like, it's just... Every time you pick something up that is worth at least almost a restart over, is just something that you're just like, All these gyroscopes really aren't worth a restart over, but still... It just fills you with a little bit more dread every time. There we go. Now, we have to install it on the other side. So we're gonna install... Oh, am I passing that gun turret? Nope. Alright, now I should be. Let's move above it. There we go. Can we not turn around like a drunken sailor, please? Okay, let's install these 3 on the right side, and then we're gonna think about the first bits of decoration as well. A little bit more like this. Downwards. And nice. Next up. So do you remember when I picked them up? The little access point should be on the left. That's on the right. That's on the right. So we're gonna pick up the far one. Okay. Let's grab it slowly. I really should lay off that mouse when moving. Okay. It's just that the mouse is so sensitive when flying around in this ship that it just makes it for a very difficult flight. Because when you want to move just forwards, when you're using the arrow keys, it's just forward. But when you're moving the mouse, when you try to move it as forward as you can, you will always move it in a slight vector to the left or right. And yeah, that just makes it kind of useless because you want to be precise, and you're not going to be precise when using the mouse. Or at least I am not going to be precise when using the mouse. Maybe there's some people that swear at only flying with the mouse, but I cannot. I'll just stick to 2 sets of arrow keys. So I have WASD and the arrow keys to fly with. There we go. Probably when moving a car around, it's not much of a problem to use the mouse or some form of analog input. But when you're moving in 3 dimensions and you have to be as careful as you can, I swear, some digital only one direction inputs which you can combine with some other keys is just so much better. Oh, some of them are already on. Okay. Oh. Oh no. I destroyed the battery underneath it, didn't I? Oh no. Is the welding pad still there? I don't think so. Oof. That's... I hope that is not all of the power components. Otherwise I'm gonna have a little bit of an issue. That was the last one I was gonna move as well. Damn, alright, let's check it out. What did I break? What did I break? That I broke the gyroscope is not much of an issue, but what did I break here? Okay. If I broke one of these, then I repaired it immediately, but the weld pad broke as well. And the gyroscope is pretty damaged. Gosh darn it. Is one of the welding pads still underneath it? Yeah, one of them is. Oh. Can I place merge blocks on the side? I don't think so, right? No, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, I can place it there because, of course. If I was able to place it there, that would have been lovely. I can probably not place this either. No, if I cannot place that, then I cannot place a merge block. Okay. So, what I need to do is repair this real quick. I don't know why my inventory all of a sudden was full with... Oh, it's full of scrap metal. Okay. Explains a bit. I need to install a conveyor sorter here for the time being. Okay. Just to clear up some inventory space. I got all the components for this now. Even more broken metal. Let's remove that gyroscope for a bit. Okay. No interior plates. No interior plates. Really, bro? Okay, sure. Just get 10. Should be enough to place everything. Because the problem we currently have is there's a lot of metal scrap in storage, and we want that turned into something useful. So we're gonna turn all the, let's whitelist this, and let's add some, I think it's called metal scrap. No? Is it just called scrap? Old scrap metal? Scrap metal, there we go. Let's add scrap metal. We're gonna put it to drain all. And then we attach this with a corner. And for the time being, we can perhaps at least drain our inventory system of it. And let's hope that the refineries turn on. They don't. Why not? I turned you to scrap metal, right? Yeah, it should be whitelisted scrap metal. Drain all. Which means that everything here that has scrap metal. Okay, this doesn't have scrap metal. So, there just no scrap metal left? That's weird. Just put some away. Where is it? Okay, that's weird. Are they maybe... Oh, wait, I might know where they are. They might be in these refineries. There's some stuff still squished here. And maybe these refineries here always just turn them into paste. How can I access the refineries? Basic refinery, yeah, they have iron and nickel. Basic refinery, iron and nickel. Yes, so they do. Okay. Can I set the basic refineries? So these are the big ones. Can I set these two to cooperative mode or something? No. We'll deal with what we have for the time being. Later on they will be pretty useless, but I think it's worth it to just have them. Then what we can do is, instead of putting this here, I can remove this from here and instead use a manner to drain the equipment into here by turning this into a connector, a T-junction. Turn it around. Install a new connector sorter. Remove this one. And what we'll do is we'll put this one to ingots. Search for ingots. Add. And we're gonna put this to whitelist. Gonna put it to drain all. And if this goes correctly, that when I install a corner here, I should put it like this. And change this for a junction. Then this should get stored with more iron and nickel. Yes. Alright. Now the basic refinery should be drained of their resources, right? Refinery. Refinery. Yeah, the basic refineries are now empty. I will work this out in a better way, because right now it's a little bit of a mess. I'll promise that I will turn this into a better looking conveyor grid system later on. Ooh. It was good as well, because apparently I'm making something right now. Ah, more metal grids. Sure. And we just have one too little cobalt to make it. Alright, sure, it doesn't matter. Do our auto builders miss anything right now? Probably like power cells. Thruster components. It's just a thruster components that they need. And probably this one over here needs some gravity components. Right. Block is switched off. Okay. I can turn it back on. But it will probably say gravity components. It misses some stuff for ion thrusters. Okay. So, to come back to this issue, we really need to pick it back up. We're gonna just place another weld pad here. Okay, let's turn this one back. Turn these on, and disconnect. Let's just carefully pick it up. Hopefully we can stay airborne for a while. Build a new weld pad, and then sink it back down. Let's hope my vehicle stays airborne for long enough when doing that. And let's hope that the only thing I really blew up was the weld pad. Alright. Let's fly it a little bit up. Let's align this as well as we can. Let's hope we stop moving. We do. Alright. So the weld pad here was intact. The weld pad there blew up. Can I repair this? I cannot yet. There we go. Should have the components. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's hope that we don't blow up anything again. You know, like a moron. A little bit upright. Okay. Okay. Let's just leave it at that for now. Just to make sure that that's the only thing we're gonna install for now over there. Then we can think about what type of decorations we're gonna make there later. Oh, that was just a visual thing. Okay. And installed. This is a certified posture check moment. If you're sitting like a shrimp, make sure that you turn yourself into a straightened plank to make sure that your back doesn't hurt at the end of this session or episode. Yes, this is also a message for myself. Combine this with a hydration moment. If you don't have anything to drink, then grab something, because it's important to stay hydrated. Now, we have set out to do the ion thruster. We have done the gyroscopes. Now, what I was thinking about these gyroscopes, how to place them correctly, I wanted to really make this eventually the main street through this section. So this is going to be the hydrogen, oxygen place. Then this is going to be the ore place. And this street that's currently the conveyor system is going to be able to walk all the way back to around here, where we can still do maintenance and such. Now, I want to separate these parts over here to the sides with some sort of walls. I don't know yet how. Maybe with some columns or anything. But this is going to be really the walking area. And what I want to do is turn this place into an area that you can walk over. And what I was thinking about doing that is making this in a certain way. I am thinking about something. Maybe we can remove these passages in some sense and have catwalks. Maybe these ones. Or maybe these ones. This would be more of a connector difference. If I place this, it will obscure that. So I don't know if that would be nice. But if I place these instead of the passage 3, I can put lights on the bottom and perhaps place some different types of blocks in the bottom. Maybe some catwalks that you can still see the oxygen, but it looks like you're not walking, like sliding off to the sides. Ooh, that might be a good one. That might be a good one. Ooh, I really like that. I should do that right now, otherwise I'm gonna forget it. That would open up the base a little bit better as well. Well, I mean, a little bit. It would at least give a little bit more light down here. So what I was thinking about was place graded catwalks here, maybe even with a little bit of a fence like this. Yeah, maybe. We'll just place it and think about it later. Then what we'll do is we'll place the thicker catwalks up here. We'll do them without the sides. So we're just gonna have these plates. In the lengthwise. So we're gonna have it like this. This way here in the bottom we can still place a light somewhere. Maybe here at the back. And we'll think about that, about the lights. But this way we can walk through here, and what we'll do above it is we will install a type of catwalk. So we'll have it like this. Oh, that one's placed wrong. This way you can walk over the gyroscopes without, you know, sliding in. But when you need to access any of the gyroscopes for whatever reason, you can walk in between here and access all of them without problems. I will think about more how to decorate these walls and perhaps make better blocks. That will come soonish. Don't pay attention to this. This is just, you know, workplace problems. No problem. Nothing happened. Okay. That is at least the gyroscopes and... Okay, now I'm getting sick and tired of this burning stuff, so let's just install this. I don't have all the computer components for that. Let's just hook this up, just so we are finally rid of all this burning. There we go. Now, please repair that H2O2 generator. I already installed it in the correct manner. There we go. Good. I still haven't built the miner as well. That's why we don't have any ice, but I don't think that's currently the highest problem. Why is this one red and that one green? Both are powered on. No override controls. No override controls. Both 100% power. Yep. Custom data? Nope. Okay. If I turn this one off. What? Yeah, that doesn't make a lick of sense, but sure, let's just keep it at that. For now, last thing I really want to do that I had on the planning is move this thruster up here. Now, there's a few things that I wanted to think about when doing this. is am I gonna place it where it is right now, right on top of this one, or am I gonna place it one up? Now, if I'm gonna place it one up, it's gonna stick out 2 blocks worth of thruster out of here. The bad thing about that is the more it sticks out, the more it can get hit, so I have to build something to cover it. The good thing about it though is that it's going to be flush with the top part, so that straight part there is going to be flush with this top of the ship. And I think I prefer that, even though it's going to be a little bit more difficult to build it inwards. But I'd rather have it a little bit more up in the air, because the rest of the ship is going to be a little bit more up anyway. Now comes the only problem that I haven't checked out yet. Can my hauler move a large ion thruster? Large grid. I have never tested this out. Let's hope that it works. Wait. Yeah. I checked my OBS to see if it was still recording. Would be sad. I'm on an hour and 11 minutes in at this point. Would be sad if you find out then that all your progress was not recorded. Okay, there we go. Here is to moving a very large, important chunk of the ship. If I destroy this, I'm gonna cry. I know how sensitive these damn thrusters can be. Okay. I'm tipping a little bit to the left here. Okay. Let's carefully get this into place. I forgot to install the merge block already. Hopefully I can put this as straight as possible to not need a merge block. Did it again, did it again, did it again, did it again, did it again. Oh my god, I saved that. That's the whole reason why I blew up last time. It's when you flip the ship around, it may be easier to spot what you're doing. But the problem is that you have to think mirror. Now when you're burning counter burning, that's not a problem. But when you're you know what? Am I currently straight? No. Can I get to a position where I am? Okay, I'm sorta not moving. Let's quickly install a merge block somewhere. Where am I gonna put this? Where am I gonna put this? On that part, it's gonna look at this block. So if I remove this block and just install a merge block here. Right there. I need all the components for a merge block. Thank you. We're gonna put it right there, facing that way. Build it, and then let's install it. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Round 2. A little bit crooked. Okay, there we go. Almost did it again. I am doing it again. Oh, this thing is so heavy. This thing is really, really heavy. Getting this into position is gonna take a lot of effort and just very careful adjustments. I should also just turn it around. I'm just getting messed up by the mirror. There we go. Okay. We'll work on making it flush with the rest of the base later on. Okay. I'm just happy that it didn't blow up. There we go. We'll work on some other blocks to make it look nice in between of it. Don't know what yet, but we'll think of something. Just something else than light armor blocks. Oh, I almost hit the microphone by scratching my forehead. And I stopped myself at the last second. Watch me mess up later in the video. Now, this doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence when moving this large thing and had so much issue to get this thing to fit over here. But we're gonna try it nonetheless later on. I don't know what I think is more important, upwards thrust or downwards thrust. It's probably gonna be downwards thrust. But we're really gonna install it on this side as well. I'm crazy for trying this, but I mean, I have a diagnosis. Not for this though. Okay. Now, like I said, I like symmetry, so I want to really put it in the same position as on the other side. Let's see, there's 2 rows of batteries here, and it's one offset on the X and the Z perspective. There's 2 rows of batteries, so it will have to be left, left. It will have to be here. If I really want this to be symmetrical, then I have to install it right here. Oh god, it's right underneath. It's right underneath the mining vehicle. This is where that thruster needs to go. Damn, this is gonna be difficult. Alright, alright. But it's taking shape, it's taking shape. And then we can, maybe, if I move these out of the way, then this is where I can give my component storage. That way I'll have the ingot storage on that side and the component storage on this side. And then if this is going to be the hangar, then I can access the inventory real quickly. Ah, that makes so much sense. Okay. Alright. Then I would need to install a thruster in this location. Alright, I know which thruster I'm going to install right there. I just need to get it to its maximum health as possible. I saw it coming. Wow, all the way here? Alright. Oh, there. The moment I started flying, I was like, I'm probably gonna hit that oxygen tank right there. And what do you know? I damn near don't ding it. Oh yeah, I died. Let me turn on my lights again. What? I can't pick up 960 thruster components. I thought I had those laying around. That is bullshit. Alright, as long as I can get this thing a little bit more health. Yeah, that's not a lot of health. Okay, I need to put it upright. That's number 1. Oh, 1 sec. And it should be back on. Let me check OBS to see if my... Yes. Okay. So, right now, let's just make sure that this goes smooth. Oh boy. This is gonna be a difficult one to tip. It's so heavy. I wonder what the point is where I'm gonna tip this thing, if at all. It's probably going to be ridiculous, the length at which I need to build this to make a tip off. I can just get the good one. But I want to get the good one in the front, just so we at least have some backwards thrust, because we're not going to have a lot of it. Okay. Let's hope this is enough. Okay. No, actually, that's too far. It's not turning. Still wanting to go to the right. Oh, it's turning a little bit. Hot diggity damn. That's it. Now comes the hard part. Install this broken ass thruster. There's gonna be a point where we don't need more ion thrusters and we are just able to destroy some of it. Maybe if we can get to space and then take them from other vehicles. Okay. Now comes the annoying part. I will not be able to grab this accurately, so I will have to make a little bit of a bridge. I'm gonna get closest to here. I will have to thread the needle with this one. Okay. So we want it in with the corner in here. So if we put a merge block on it facing do I want what how did I do it on this side? Okay, I've made it flush with the underside, so it will stick out half a block. That means that if I attach it to the bottom block and put a merge block here, I should be able to do it. Now, if this is gonna work out is the second one, but let's hope that this is doable. I know, let's just remove that. There we go, let's get some steel plates, and we should be fine and dandy. So what we're gonna do, is we're gonna put a merge block right here. We're gonna put it here. Okay, how did I? It should be on the top side. Okay, no, I don't want that menu. Okay, how did I do it? Okay, it should be on the back side facing left. So it should be on the back side facing left. Okay. Then I have to grab it like this. And we're gonna put 2 blocks on top of it. And the reason why we're gonna do it like this is because the way it is built, this is the best way to approach it. Best way between quotation marks, because this is gonna be sketchy as hell. It will mean that every movement we're gonna make is even more zesty. Okay, here we go. All or nothing. If I ruin my refinery with yield modules, I'm gonna hate myself. But if I can pull this off, then oh my god. Okay. Let's try to grab it as straight as possible. That way we can at least work with the least amount of annoyances. Okay. Slowly grab it in the middle. I'm not gonna turn the ship as as much as possible. There's the hole. Okay. Now this is gonna be difficult. I'm gonna place a 2x2 a 2x3 block in a 3x4 space. So I will not have that much movement. So I would really have to work my best here. I don't want to put it too crooked or mirrored, because otherwise I'm gonna run the risk of overcorrecting the wrong position. Can move a little bit more to the left. That gun position, that solid gun here, is also a little bit in the way. Okay, we're nearing the point where we can attach it. We're sinking in the ship now. I have to turn a little bit. It's gonna make me slightly rotate. Okay. Whew. I have to get really close to the refinery now. Will I even clear that? I think I will just... No, I will not clear that. Damn it, I should have placed another block on here. Oh, damn. Oh, I was so close as well. Okay, I have to place it carefully down and put another steel square block on it. I thought 2 was enough, but clearly I was wrong. Ooh, okay. Gently. Is it down? No. Now it is. Okay. Leave it hovering. Get some extra steel blocks. I'm very anxious about this. Like, there's so much that can go wrong. This thing is not full health. We're close to the refinery with the yield modules. Now we have a replacement for the factory with, or the refinery with yield modules, but of course we don't want to lose it. When I approached it the first time, I already saw that we didn't have that much space to work with. Okay. Round 2. Let's check this out. Alright, let's carefully get in here again. Work in the same manner. Okay. A little bit forward, a little bit more to the left. Yeah, a little bit more to the left. just so we can clear every lip of the base itself. Make sure the merge block goes past. A little bit more to the left. I already hit the large cargo container. Okay. Now the hardest part is probably the moment the merge blocks try to pull each other. Okay, now we're at least going to be able to clear the distance. Okay. Holy Nikes. Oh my god. Oh, that makes me relieved that that went well in one try. Like, that is very heartwarming that I managed to pull that off. Okay, let's just immediately build it in. Ooh. That was nerve-wracking. There we go. It's at least built in now. Now we're not in the safe zone yet because we still have to place the second one on top of it, but that is going to be a lot easier than this one. Almost grinded the wrong thing. Oh boy. Alright, let's place the blocks on top of it just so we have some cushion. Then where we're gonna place it is exactly the same spot as on this side. So it's gonna be right here. And it's gonna not stick out anywhere, but it's gonna be placed right there with one of the blocks right there. How are we going to attach oh yeah, there, we can do it on this side, maybe. We can attach it to the refinery, maybe. The merge blocks cannot be placed on top of it. Okay. So place it somewhere else. So when I place it, what's the most space that I can get? I can place it on the top row facing right, and then I can place one over here facing left. Then I just have to make sure that I don't blow up my refinery. Okay. So it's gonna be this one that we're gonna move. I think this one is not sticking out at the bottom, but I'm gonna check that. Yeah, it's underneath here somewhere. So let's clear our inventory first and let's dig this thing out. This way we'll open up a lot of space we can use for the rest of the base. That thing in the music, the sounds really like that old internet thing where you can use that. Was like the Himalayan monk that can make songs. I don't remember what it was called. It was like a thing where you can give it notes and it will sing it in like throat singing. Okay. Don't know why those detached. What? Why did those detach? Were they attached to this top part? I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Let's detach this. And let's see what we can work with. Another posture check to make sure that you're not sitting like a shrimp. So, if I place the merge block right now, it will maybe be in the way. We really want it on the top, no, the bottom row? No, the top row. We already placed so it's gonna be here to the right, or to the left. So it's gonna be here. But if I place it now, can I place it now, really? I could. Now it's going to be a little bit more tricky to park this out of here with that merge block, because this merge block can hit the top here. But I'd rather do that than have to hover this thing. I don't trust my hauler enough to hover with that thing attached to it. Alright. Another large ion thruster movement incoming. Then let's see what we can do with this. So let's see, what's the best way to place this? It's gonna be this. This direction is the best. A little bit more straighten out. Attach, good. Move a little bit more to the right. So otherwise we're gonna flip. Okay. Cleared. Move over to the correct position. We'll stay as straight as possible, only moving left and right. That way the orientation should already be correct. We're turned a little bit. It's because I had to rotate myself a little bit. Okay, so that's no use, but at least we're aligned decently. Now the question is, can I place this without blowing up the refinery? The dogs are going crazy outside. Okay, how close are we? We're getting there. Yeah, music, I know. You stopped. Ooh, no, don't turn around. Don't you dare overcorrect the wrong way. I just slid it in there. I just hope the refinery didn't get damaged by that. Oh, there's a battery out? Okay, I should park. Or is the battery damaged? Huh, interesting. Wonder why that one is red. Oh. Maybe that's the one that's always on to make sure that the event controller works. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's the one that's always on to make sure the event controller works. Okay, so we did it. We have now installed 2 of the ion thrusters on opposite sides. One of them is a little bit broken, but that's fine for now. We're gonna make another one of these installments just to make sure that they're protected against stray bullets later on. That looks nice. We're gonna fill up most of this with something else as well. Don't know yet. Maybe just with some fun rooms. Like, not everything needs to be a functional block. Like, at some point we're gonna have most of the functionality in this base done. And then we still need to place blocks just because we want to make it a nice base as well. I'm gonna come back to the idea of these ion thrusters on these sides. So it's gonna be one there, maybe even 2 there. Just to flush out this design a little bit better. I will come back to that. Next episode, what I will try to do is make this the component storage area. So we're gonna also try to install the last few of these. And yeah, then we're gonna install more batteries and more gyroscopes. And with that, I think that's it for this episode. Let's stand on top of our new ion thrusters, or better placed ion thrusters. If you liked this episode, then thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I will see you in the next episode. And thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.